Hello, everybody. Today we will be doing a fanboy reaction again. I know, I'm sorry I haven't been doing as much. I've been just trying to find them, honestly. Like, a lot of them that I could properly react to, properly criticize, or just completely rip apart, whatever, for your lovely entertainment, and I love you guys so much. I went from, like, 5 subscribers, I think, to 9, like, this weekend. So I really appreciate you guys. I really do. Thank you guys so much. And please, if you have any suggestions at all, please give me it and through DMs or just in the comments below, please, by all means, because I'm trying to find them, and especially a variety of Xbox fanboys, Nintendo fanboys, PlayStation fanboys. I think fanboys in general are the cancer to gaming, no doubt about it. Now, with that being said, though, let's get right into the video.
Silly console peasants! Living in the Dark Ages, never to experience the beauty
I think someone is a little bit jealous of PC gamers. I don't know.
of a GTX 3090! Huh?
Okay. Yeah, I wonder why. Is it really because like of the PC itself, or is it because of really bad game developers? Or possibly, this is my theory though, I could be wrong, but with the PS5 and PC games specifically, I feel like Sony, personally I feel like Sony is making it harder for the PC guys to play the game properly. Like, they're paying the developers to make it harder, or to make the PC need more specs to play a game that clearly doesn't need it. I'm just saying. Hold on 1 minute, guys. Perfect. Okay, just making sure. Anyways, that's my theory for that. But I don't know.
The graphics card, you have one.
Ha! He's got a 2060.
Even my graphics card is stronger than that.
I don't think so. I mean, they're definitely not showing it. That's for sure. Like, I mean, if he wants to talk about how games on PC, they're getting out of hand with the specs, so are the games on PS5 and Series X, unfortunately. Look, I just want to say this right out the gate. I think the PS5 and Series X and PC, they're all good devices. Obviously, PC is better, but I will say, like, even the PS5 and Series X, compared to the Xbox One and PS4 when they launched, are amazing consoles. They're great for, like, the overall power specs, right? Like, they're amazing with that. They're a lot more modern than the Xbox One and PS4 were when they launched, you know? They're both great devices in terms of specs, but we're looking at developers. This is developers, bro. They're getting so lazy to the point where even PC games are, like, having frame rate issues, and this is also the case with mainstream, unfortunately. Mainstream developers, or mainstream companies, I'm sorry. You see frame rate drops on PC ports. You see locked frame rate on PC ports. When it comes to PS5 and Series X, you're seeing mistreatment of the power, like when we see with Gotham Knights. That game running at 30, I think 1080 or 720, a 30 is a goddamn crime. I know that the PS4, PS5, excuse me, and Series X could handle a game like that much more. That's BS, bro, and you guys know it too. And for the rest, we're about to get into it. Oh, good. His amazing intro. I mean, to be honest, guys, make this silent and tell me if you're able to tell when this guy is able to make commentary on his overall crappy topic, or like if it's his intro, because literally this dude be doing the same thing throughout his video that he does in his intro. He just shows gameplay, but none of it his own. I mean, he just shows like trailers and gameplays and all that stuff, but none of it his own. You know?
What's up, PlayStation?
Bro, that image did look like it was made by someone on DeviantArt, bro, who just got into digital art. That's what his thing looks like. Hold on a second. Let's roast it again. Let's just keep it right there. Hold on, can I just ask real quick? Why is this character's face so fat, but his body is like it's like fucking skinny? His body here is like built like a woman, right? Like right there. I don't know why. Like the waist area, like bro. Whoever made this for you ripped you off. And why are the biceps like moving out of the arm? I mean, I don't blame his biceps. If I was any part of his body, I would try my best to get away from him too. But still, I don't know, man. I don't know. I do not. This does not look good. I'm sorry, bro. The only thing that looks good is a chair.
What's up, PlayStation Nation? Welcome to another Saltiest PlayStation News Report. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Before the PlayStation 5 launched, Mark Cerny did a deep dive into the console, what was specifically inside it, and the specs. And if you're wondering,
you know, they like to lie because they're the company's like ring man, the hype man, I guess you could say, right? So
were out in force before the console even launched, specifically on the Xbox and
well, they like to hype it up on how good it is, but it's not really that good, bro.
PC side. When you ask yourself what is inside the PlayStation 5 that makes it special, well, the price, number one, is $400. You cannot find any equivalents on the market for PC, because when you build a...
Yes, but PC is a completely different market, though. Like, how are you gonna say, like, oh yeah, you can't find a PC as good as a PS5 digital for $400, excuse me. Yeah, yeah, you're right, but, you know, then again, a PS5 will never be able to do as much as a PC, so. And again, a completely different market. He's acting like, you know, the PC can't do anything else but play games. That's not really the case, no. You could do a lot more than play games on a PC. That's why it's that much. You know, and depending on what you need the PC for, it could get even more expensive, right? So there you go.
PC, or you buy one pre-made, you're gonna have to get all kinds of parts. It's just very costly to be a PC gamer. But PlayStation 5's rocking a CPU with 3.5 gigahertz, 8-core AMD Zen 2. You guys are around.
I don't know why these dudes honestly act like they're really spec efficient, man. Like, you guys are console peasants, my guy. And I'm not saying that, you know, whoever plays on console is a peasant, but they're console people trying to pretend that they're tech savvy. That's a console peasant, my guy, you know? And who boasts about their console, even though you had nothing to do with making this. I don't know why you're boasting about a console that you had nothing to do with, right? Or a piece of device that you had nothing to do with. Like, people build their PCs. People get their PCs built. You know, that's a skill right there, right? That's a hard skill. Or not hard, but it is a skill. Like, you buying a console isn't a skill, my guy, right? So that's what I mean. Console peasants, they want to be like, oh, look what piece of plastic I have. It's like, yeah, I have a PS5 too, bro. You know, it's not that special.
A year plus ago, year and a half ago, the big talk was RDNA 2.0, true RDNA. Oh, the PlayStation 5 doesn't have full RDNA 2. Oh, guess what the other narrative was? The GPU, right? The GPU 10.3 teraflops RDNA 2. And guess who was talking about that? That was the Xbox side, because of course they use that teraflop as a measure of something.
Do you just like, are you just using your insecurities to hit on other devices or something? Why? This dude talks more about Xbox and PC than he does the actual PlayStation, bro. And you know what? I bet he plays more on those too, because he definitely ain't playing PlayStation games. Do you see any gameplay? I don't.
It doesn't really.
Yo, he's using the trailer for the Unreal Engine 5 that came out 2 years ago. How desperate do you have to be to show something in your trailer, bro? Like, play a PS5 game. Please, play something. Oh my God.
Mean much in the grand scheme of things.
Jeez.
They have 12, we have 10. The RAM, 16 gigabytes of GDDR6. Storage is where it's at with that custom SSD 824.
No, storage is not where it's at. Storage is actually a lot less. I mean, video games have gotten a lot more, you know, a lot less generous with the data, right? Even games that really don't have the right to be at where it's at, you know, like, no, video games are getting really up there with the gigabytes, bro. Even free-to-play ones, unfortunately. Like, usually those are really low, right, in terms of memory, but nope, not these. God. Like, so the PS5 actually came with less than what a later PS4 bundle came with, right? Like I got my PS4 Slim actually run 1 terabyte, if not like 889 or something like that, because I had to download the whatever, right? Like whatever this crap it downloads. So it actually comes with 1 terabyte, like of memory, and the PS5 is only coming with like 800 something, and then that's not even like the total amount after. I don't know, man. It's like the PS5, it actually comes with 600 and something to actually use, and that can only download like 5 games, bro. 5 full games. It's pathetic.
So Salty, what's the point? Well, we're about to talk about it.
Charge your phone 40% faster with this.
That's embarrassing. Sorry, guys.
Okay, because it's very interesting when it comes to these PCMR guys, because they like to insert themselves, pause, into the console war discussion. Now, let's...
No, they don't. You do. You do. They put people like you in your place. That's not entering in the war. No, sir. That's putting you in your place. That's a completely different narrative there.
Put a little caveat or note into the whole discussion. This is all for jokes. You take the console wars seriously, you should probably check yourself into an appointment with a psychologist or a specialist, because it doesn't really...
God, these edits are so bad. But also, really, Salty, that's coming from you. Hey, if you take this seriously, this is all jokes, guys. No, it's not! You actually take this crap seriously. Like, isn't this the same dude that got into an argument with Colin Moriarty? Isn't this the same guy that like also got into a debate with Griffin Gaming? You know? You got into them seriously heated about their opinions or their takes on PlayStation or whatever. Like, bro. And like Colin Moriarty even called you out for being a fanboy, and you were mad that he wasn't a fanboy either? Like, there is something wrong with you, my man. I'm not even trying to be mean right now. I'm serious. Like, there's actually something wrong with you. You're like a 40-something-year-old, you know, like, taking this seriously, because this is most likely the only thing you'll have going for you. And it's sad. It really is. You need to get better, bro. Like, seriously.
Mean much. These companies are out there to make money. It's just like cheering for a team or whatever. People like...
Yeah, and your team is like Team PlayStation. And again, that's okay if you have your own preference, but this man takes it way too seriously.
To have tribalistic natures to them when it comes to human beings, and the same goes for your favorite console. I personally think that it's impossible to kind of be a neutral in this situation, because at the end of the day, human beings...
But a neutral? You mean people? You mean normal people? You mean people who, like, you know, don't really engage into console wars? That?
Beings have preference. If you go into an ice cream shop, you're going to prefer a flavor over another. You know, just walk in there and say, I like them all the same. You know, human beings have preference.
No, you don't need to tell people that you like them all the same or that you like a certain flavor. That's what you do. People are not hating you because you like a certain brand, my guy. People are hating on you, or fanboys like you, because you boast about your opinion that no one cares about, right? You simp for a company that you even said in your own words is out there just to make money. So that's why people make fun of you, bro. It's not because you prefer PlayStation. No, there's a lot of people that prefer PlayStation. Hell, even more than Xbox now, you know? But you're the one who takes it way too far. That's your fault.
And that's completely okay. But back to the PC weirdos. These PC guys, for the most part, are closet Xbox guys for the most part, and they like to insert themselves.
What? I'm sorry, guys. I don't mean to pause every second, but what? The PC weirdos. Guy, you're the weirdest person. You're the weirdest type of person ever. You're simping for a console. That's probably the worst way to play a video game. Think about it. At least the Series X actually has some features like, oh, you could, like, even if your console turns off, you could still get back to the game, and you could do that up to 5 games. Like, say if you even take off the game and you put it back in, or you play it again, you could still, like, get back into the same spot that you were at that game. Again, even if your console turns off, but that's a certain amount of hours, blah, blah, blah. You know the details. But basically, the Series X also has a better controller, in my opinion. Now, I don't think that the PS5 controller is bad by any means, but it's definitely just a jack-of-all-trades controller, right? Like, yeah, it just has the basic amount, but not as well built, in my opinion, as the Xbox. You know. But when it comes to that, though, you know, from that experience, to me, the PlayStation is the worst way to play, but not bad. Not bad at all. It's still pretty good, but you know, this guy is acting like it's the end all be all, bro. Like, nah. You do realize that the exclusives are, you know, I'm not even gonna get into that right now, but all I'm saying is that this man is weird.
Like I said, into these discussions. And now, since PlayStation 5 games are going over the PC, we're seeing more and more
Stop trying to make edits, old man. You're not funny.
situations where even the beefiest rigs out there aren't able to handle the greatness that is PlayStation 5 games. We saw this first with Returnal. The RAM requirements for Returnal were pretty crazy at that time. And if you look at it, the PlayStation 5's custom AMD RDNA 2 GPU with 36 compute units.
Oh my god, I don't think I should say any of that type of stuff on YouTube, but let's just say that I do not want to do pretty stuff to myself. That's all I'm gonna say.
Is actually the equivalent to an AMD RX 6700,
Dude,
which
so
has the same
cringy.
exact
Ugh.
compute units. So like I said, Returnal came out for the PC and the requirements were...
And I'm sorry, real quick. Like, what is up with this music, bro? Like, what is your problem? Stop it. Terrible friggin' sounds.
as follows. You needed an iCore i5, AMD Ryzen 5 1500X 4-core, and then where things got a little interesting is their RAM requirements. You needed 32 gigs of RAM for the recommended settings for Returnal. Now fast forward to Forspoken.
Again, bad development. I mean, bad developers. Like, what do you want to say? Terrible developers, in fact. Like, how can you make a game like Returnal, this 5-hour friggin' game, like, how can you make it 32 gigabytes of RAM required for your PC? What? Oh my god. How are they going to make it that much on PC, bro? I'm telling you, PlayStation is paying them to make the RAM requirements more, or the technical requirements more on PC, so that they'll be obligated to get a PlayStation. That's the whole thing that PlayStation is trying to do. Even though I don't know why you're sabotaging your own sales with that, but okay. I mean, if it could run on the PS5, bro, you don't need 32 gigabytes of RAM. That's all I'm going to say.
Which is going to be coming out on the PC, and guess what's getting people all riled up? You're going to need a crazy, insane amount of RAM.
Again, terrible developers. Let's just look at this real quick, okay? Let's look at the frames, okay? Only the display resolution part and the memory. So for 16 gigabytes of RAM, you could play it at 720p at 30 frames per second. Wow, what a privilege, right? And then for 24 gigabytes of RAM, you can play it at 1440p for 30 frames. So where's the 60 coming in here? Oh, don't worry, that's the next part. If you have 32 gigabytes of RAM, that's not the only requirement, by the way, sorry. But with 32 gigabytes of RAM, you could play it at 2160 at 60 frames. What kind of sense does that make? You guys are just probably the worst developers to ever exist. And then also, let's just also take into consideration that this is Square Enix, you know, probably the master of terrible PC ports. Honestly, like, I didn't even think that it was that hard making games on PC until Square Enix came along and be like, yeah, we just can't do that. We're really that dumb that we can't optimize games well for a computer. A computer. How are you this bad at optimizing video games, Square? First off, they made probably the worst way to play, like, Final Fantasy VII Remake, which is on PC. And then, like, also, they made the Nier Automata game horrible on PC as well, to the point where you might as well get it on console, really. Might as well just get it for Switch. And then, the Kingdom Hearts 3, they put it on a crappy storefront for a lot of money, even though that, you know, your specs are not showing that, bro. Like, I don't know. Oh my god, I'm just not excited. And now this game that they have, like, bro, why is this generation getting worse with resolution, man? Why is this the case? We should be able to play games at like like over 1080p at 60 frames per second by this point. Okay, that's what I thought that the consoles would do, but I guess not. Oh my God. What a joke.
For this game on PC, and that is 32 gigs of RAM. And now you're asking yourself, well, how is that possible considering that there's only 16 gigs of GDDR6 RAM in the PlayStation 5? Well, the console is a closed platform. Therefore, it's easier for developers to develop for this.
No. Wait, is he acting like they make games for the consoles first? No, they don't. No, they don't. They make it for computers in which they used to make it on consoles. You do realize that the consoles were just PCs, but like just more closed, right? So they do not make it around consoles first. You are lying to yourself. They do not do that. Yeah, sure, you see games come on consoles first, right? Like Kingdom Hearts 3 and stuff like that, and Red Dead Redemption. But that's because that they use okay, so they get a certain benchmark for a PC, right? And then they start developing it on there. And then they port it to the PS4 and Xbox One and stuff like that, right? The consoles. So technically, they make it on PC first. The reason why they take longer with PC ports is because they usually give it more features, they put better textures, you know, all that sort of stuff. So that actually takes some time to do. That's the only reason why. You know? They add a lot of bells and whistles, and like overall, like they have to remake a lot of textures too to make it look a lot prettier on the PC. Because the PC could actually handle it. But what I'm saying is that like you know, no, they definitely make it for PC and then they put it to consoles. This guy doesn't even know how games work. Like,
they've spoken on that subject numerous times, even before the PlayStation 5 launched. They had the dev kits. People reported how pleased they were and how easy it was to develop for the PlayStation 5. And then when you're porting those,
and then yeah, even though that the game is still running at 720-30. Oh yeah, it's so easy making games on the PS5, but we'll just make like the worst resolution possible on there. Again, not the PS5's fault. I understand that. That's the developer's fault. So what point is he making? That could be said for the PC too, bro. Like, honestly, I should be able to play this game on my PC. But nope. Nope, I need the top-of-the-line shit just to be able to play at 60. Which is the only way I could play this, by the way. I'm not playing a game like this again at 30. No way. Final Fantasy 15 got me to not do that. I'm sorry, bro.
Game's over, you have to have other teams work on it, and guess what? The minimum specs for PC are gonna be a lot higher. Now, according to all these PC guys,
because of bad developers. Is he really saying that the PC needs more in order to compete with the PS5? That's the vibe I'm getting from him. I don't know.
Guys, they have the latest and greatest technology out there. It doesn't matter how much these PC parts cost, they're gonna have the best. Even if graphics cards are $2,000, it shouldn't be an issue. So the question that I have is, why is this a big deal? And why are PC dudes complaining and crying about the minimum specs for PlayStation 5 games? It should.
This man is so dumb that it hurts me, honestly. Honestly, okay. So he's saying that PC guys are complaining that they're not getting the most out of their dollar here. Yeah, they're mad, smartass, because they can't play their game at the intended frame rate that it should be at. Why are we paying $70 for games when they're running like crap? Why are we paying more for video games if they're running this bad? Yes, of course they're mad. Like, that's not even complaining at that point, bro. That's calling them out. We're the ones paying, bro. They're not giving it out for free. This fanboy hurts me so badly. And he's simping for this crappy-ass little dark-skinned female character simulator over here. He's simping for this really fucking awfully made game. Now, it's a good game, but what I'm saying is that it's awfully made, right? And that's going to be the key difference in this generation, bro. Oh my god. Like, you're going to have to really separate from awfully made from a good game, right? Like, because a good game could still be terribly made because of these lazy-ass developers. And it really shows here. Oh my god. Like, this game should not be 720-30 on even the PS5, bro. It should not. It should not. It should be 1080 60 at the most, and that's probably me being generous right there. Right? This game doesn't even look that good either. It honestly looks like a late PS3 game, and it does. Look at the visuals if you don't believe me. You know, it looks like a pre-used asset game, and they're really gonna say like, oh, pay us $70 for this crappy game or crappily made game that costs $70. No, I don't think so, man. I'm gonna wait until it gets on sale, and that's why people do that.
To be an issue if you're rocking the latest and greatest. Over the past few years, the minimum amount of RAM you need to play PC games was around 8 to 16. Now you look at 2023 and we're getting up to 32 gigabytes of RAM. And honestly, if you're a PC dude and you can't put 32 gigabytes of RAM in your custom rig, then you just need to shut the f up. Either that.
Oh, wow, really tough old man over here. Bro, how about you shut the fuck up? You're the one who keeps simping for companies and making games worse. It's your fault that we have games playing this bad. Partially his fault. I probably shouldn't give him all the credit because he's probably going to think that he has any sort of power in his pathetic life. But, like, it's because of idiots like you that we're getting games this badly. Like, you're the one who was simping for Sony when they had paid online. Even though that they didn't in the PS3 generation. You're the one who was simping for Sony when they had crappy, like, games that you don't even play, by the way. You know? You're the one who's simping for Sony when they put that $70 price tag on video games. Remember that? Well, that was going to raise the quality of video games. Well, what's that doing now, huh? Now we're getting games at 720-30 that has the next-gen pricing, bro. They don't have the next-gen performance, but they definitely have the next-gen pricing. Look at this crap. It is sad that we're getting stupid old fucks like these that are like defending video games like this. Like what?
Or you could go out and buy a PlayStation 5 and play it on that platform because we've seen over.
Nah, that's alright. I'd rather upgrade my PC, but thanks. Nah, I'm kidding. I have a PS5, like I mentioned before, but honestly, dude, I don't blame people for not buying a PS5 just to play games, you're not even playing the game at a good resolution anyways on console, so what are you even talking about? Or you guys could get a PS5. Why are you such a simp for a console company that doesn't care about you? I don't understand that. What is the point of your existence, bro? Seriously, can you please tell me that?
And over and over with
That's
comparisons
shit,
to
man.
PC.
Like,
the PlayStation 5, for the cost to power ratio of what you're actually getting, is second to none. Like I said, the all digital version of the PlayStation 5 is $400. Now,
yeah, $400, and you also have a crappy amount of memory, and then you also have to pay more for the SSD that, by the way, you're not forced of doing on PC. You know, and also you have to pay for online, and then like there's also other subscriptions on there. Yeah. So far, the PS5 doesn't really seem so cheap nowadays, huh? And then you also get that crappy stick drift with the controller, so that's another controller that you're going to have to buy in order to do that. Or you could get it paid to get fixed when really consoles never had this issue before, or at least not as prevalent. So I don't know what he's talking about. The PS5 is not cheap, actually. It's really not.
you can't buy much on PC for $400 these days, and it is insane that you.
Maybe not, but you could get later value if you're willing to spend. Like, let's be honest here. These guys are gonna be spending $60 a year for online, and then you still have to pay a lot for your games now, even the games that run like complete dog shit. You're gonna have to pay $70 a pop, which you don't even play. You don't even play, bro. What are you even talking about? Isn't this the same idiot, too, that also says that I'd rather play video games at 30 frames instead of 60? What? Who says that? Don't listen to this guy, guys. He's a complete moron when it comes to video games, and honestly, I'm just thinking about ending it here. He's just going to keep repeating the same thing, really. I already watched the video. He's honestly going to keep repeating it. That, like, PS5 good, PC bad, blah, blah, blah. Stuff like that. And honestly, I'm just going to end it here. So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. More fanboy content will be coming on the way. I'm just trying to find better videos to react to. But overall, thank you guys for your support so far. I'll see you guys in the next one.